everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all well. Welcome to my film and TV channel. Today we have a film review, and it feels a bit nippy here in the UK. I'm in Manchester. It's absolutely freezing at the moment, and we're going to look at a film that'll warm you up with the title. Yes, it'll certainly give you, make you feel a lot warmer. Yes, we're going to look at a film called Antarctica. Yeah, I mean that'll warm you up. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button. Push the bell notification so you know these vlogs are coming out, and please check the playlist, lots of stuff on there, TV drama reviews, movie reviews, even poster and movie battles and quizzes, etc, etc. So that's fantastic. And please, if you're into football at all, I do vlogs on my football team, Manchester City, city history and city present. So if you or anyone you know may be interested, please give them a kick in my direction and get them to push that subscribe button. Absolutely fantastic. Right, here we go. Antarctica. Yeah, a comedy romance. Yes, a chilly comedy romance. No, perhaps not. Directed by Keith Baden and written by Keith Baden, so he's very greedy. The cast: Chloe Levine, Kimi Maruya. I think she's quite a new name. I think she's a new actor or actress, because I don't know, I still call them actresses even though they're all called actors. Claire Lewis, Bubba Wheeler, AJ Naidu, Leif Knuckle, Steve Lippman and Chil Kong. So there you go, there's quite a few people. I have no idea what each of those is, but which role all those are playing. Runtime 90 minutes, actual film time, but only runtime about 78 minutes, so under 1 hour 20 minutes, which is okay as long as there's plenty packed in. And it's about lifelong friends Kat and Janet, who are played by Chloe Levine and Kimi Maruya. They play Kat and Janet face a tidal wave of adult pressures and problems as they face down their last year of high school in small town USA. Yet not a lot of reviews on this at the moment. This is that brand spanking new. But at least got Roger Moore of the Movie Nation. He's had a peek at it, seen what he thought. He's a guy we go to a lot on the Metacritics, and he's the only one who's bothered or been asked or whatever. And he's actually only giving it 5 out of 10. And he wrote, "It's another self-consciously odd, almost surreal smirk of a comedy." Yeah, I can see what he's getting at with that. Obviously put it far more fluently and eloquently than I could, but there you go. Internet Movie Database, well, there's 52 scores as I'm recording this vlog for you today. And it's averaging 5.4 out of 10, so a little bit below the magical 6 mark, isn't it? So not a total disaster. I mean, if you can anything over 4 or 5 on Internet Movie Database is certainly always worth a look at, anyway. And a couple of headlines, refreshingly relatable. Yeah, I mean, the reviews are positive. There's only 3. There's only like 3 written reviews. Unique and delightful. And this is a little gem. So the people who've bothered to actually get out and type on type on the old keyboard have actually been quite positive about it. Yeah, so that's it. That's all we've got as far as reviews concerned. So you're going to have little old me, aren't you? Right, Bernard's views, MGN. I mean, I do remember this time last year. And I don't know if you watched this last year or like I did. I watched a little film called Booksmart, which is about a couple of girls. I think obviously the last couple of days at high school, etc. I mean, I'm not sure of the routine in the US in high school and college and all this sort of thing. It's obviously a little bit different to here in the UK. But that was one of my favourite. That became one of my favourite films of last year, right towards the end of the year. I did find it very quirky and really, really good. And this tries to be of that genre, although it's obviously sort of links are sort of tenuous to say the least, because certainly compared to Booksmart, it's not quite up to scratch as far as Booksmart was concerned. This is a lot slower paced, and it's less busy as well. There's a lot going on in Booksmart. This is less busy. There's certain plots in this, but it's very, very simple. There's only 3 or 4 sort of storylines, and although the 2 leads in this are obviously are okay. I mean, the ones in Booksmart are very likeable. They sort of get on. The chemistry was very good. In these, they are likeable, but there's not the same chemistry with these 2 that you obviously get in something like Booksmart. And it does sort of more or less at times become 2 separate stories rather than a couple of girls obviously facing problems together. I mean, they're tackling very serious subjects. I mean, you know, it's not light on the subjects both these girls come across. You're talking about pregnancy and drugs, etc., etc. But it never really gets bogged down or becomes too serious about it, which is good in a way. But then again, it just sort of, you think, well, perhaps it should have been a little bit more deeper than it actually is. The comedy never really works either. I mean, it just becomes sort of quirky rather than funny. It's not laugh out loud funny. It just becomes a bit quirky. There's a few characters in it that are introduced to ramp up the weird, quirky stakes, but they don't really affect you out one way or the other. You sort of think they've just been put there for show and put there for quirkiness rather than actually adding anything to the story as a whole. And it is a bit of a mishmash, to be honest with you. It's a mishmash of events, a mishmash of scenes, a mishmash of characters. And the additional clever, if not funny one-liner sort of comes in and does sort of make it watchable, but it does really struggle for it's an hour and 8. Don't forget, it's an hour and 18 minutes. It's not a long film. This, you know me, I'm quite happy with an hour and 20-minute film as long as there's lots in it. But it's sort of, I didn't get the urge to stop watching, but it never really got going, unfortunately. It did try very, very hard, but unfortunately, this little coming of age or high school teenager, all right, you can probably say it's not my demographic, but I don't think I'm alone in thinking that it does try hard, but it's a little bit too short on chemistry and on characters, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone really appealed. There was, say, a little bit of quirkiness, but not a patch on something like Booksmart. So I can understand where the negative reviews are coming from. As I said, the 3 written views are quite positive on it. I think they're a little bit over the top and may have been, dare I say, put in there by people connected with the film. But yeah, it's a shame. It does try hard and it is sort of okay and likeable. But I'm only going to give it a 5 out of 10, which isn't great. But it's not a total disaster. Please, usually I give it 5.5, don't I, if I want you to sort of go out and watch it. But I'm just going to give this 5 out of 10, but I certainly won't put you off watching it. Well, just it's a little bit disappointed of this genre of film, to be honest with you. I was expecting a lot more from it, and it just never really happened. And say there was certain little plot lines that could have progressed and been funnier or more interesting, but it never sort of quite worked, and it's a great shame because the girls do okay. I mean, the 2 lead characters do an okay job in this, and it's I'm sure we'll be seeing more of them. Yeah, so I'm going to give it 5 out of 10. The poster, well, I mean, at the start, I mean, you can tell, I think the starting credits to the film, obviously these girls' heads are spinning around in the microwave, and you get the inevitable explosion at the end, which isn't very nice. It's not the nicest, but again, it's trying to. That's the film really. It's trying to be clever. It's trying to be quirky, but it doesn't quite hit the spot, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, the poster's all right. I'm going to give the poster victory. Actually, I'm going to give the poster 5.5 up. So I'm certainly not going to give it a 6 out of 10 sort of standard mark. Yeah, I'll give the poster victory today because it's okay, but yeah, it's sort of. If you watch that first 2 or 3 minutes with the opening credits, then it probably that's the film in a nutshell. Really, it's, you know, it does try to not shock, but it does try to be a bit quirky. It doesn't quite work, unfortunately. Anyway, thanks for joining. Let me know if you watch this, what you think. As I said, please watch it if you do like this, the Booksmart. But as I say, it's not a patch on Booksmart or a couple of other films I could think of. It's certainly no Booksmart, unfortunately, which was one of my favourite films of last year. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please check my links on screen. If you follow and friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. And I used to have a video shop in Manchester, a video shop, remember videos? In the 90s and 2000s. So I still have a little website where I sell old and rare DVDs, movie posters from that era, the 90s and 2000s. Some great films on there, some great actors, some great posters. So please have a look at that if you're looking for some good old, if you like, retro posters from 30 years ago-ish. And please, I do some board games as well, so if you're interested in anything like that, please check out my website, moviegamenostalgia.com. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other until we meet again here on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps you meet over on my footy channel if you're interested in that. Until then, please stay safe, everyone. Burn the same. Goodbye for now.